Welcome to the final video about mental flourishing and self-care. When people talk about mental health of college students, they often think about individual people. For example, how many students on this campus experience depression? Who on campus belong to social clubs or is socially connected with other students? We tend to think about how individual people are functioning mentally, or whether they have a mental illness or a diagnosis. But mental health is not just an individual's experience. A whole group of people can experience stressors in life, and as a result, they can experience struggle or success as a group. For example, international students may all experience the stressor of adjusting to a new cultural environment. All students taking a particularly challenged course or program may experience academic stress. International students may all experience more isolation, particularly when they first arrive on campus. These situations can influence whether a whole group of people experience good mental health or mental flourishing or not. How have you experienced stress in your family or community you're a part of?
It's always hard to be away from home and to be in a different country, new culture and whatnot. When the university takes steps in the wrong directions, for example, with the recent increase in tuition, international or I guess out-of-state tuition is already obscene, and raising tuition is just going to be harder for international students. So that's something that has me a bit stressed.
I think I was really good student from my childhood, so my parents had a lot of expectations from me.
Within my family and community, I've experienced stress when people don't understand where I'm coming from. I think that's the biggest thing. If there's an argument or if there's a general something I'm talking about and they don't understand where I'm coming from, it can cause me a lot of stress. And in the community right here, sometimes I don't feel like I fit in with the other Indians. So that also has caused stress in the past.
I have experienced stress within my family when dealing with different kinds of conflicts, and often these kind of conflicts happen because of communication issues like misunderstanding that can lead to this kind of tension moments. I often feel stressful when I cannot meet the expectations of the other members, and also like sometimes people's demands are like much heavier than what I can do within the community. And those kind of things, like people can give you some bad comments that yes, you are not responsible, you are not doing your jobs, you are not doing your part. So those kind of things can happen in your life. I faced those kind of situations. So like I often feel like stressful because like lack of fulfilling the expectations of other people.
Stress within my family often comes from the pressure to succeed academically, professionally. There are high expectations from my family back home, and I sometimes feel the weight of those expectations. Within the Korean student community, there is also a shared understanding of these pressures, which can be both a source of support and stress, as well as strive to meet similar goals. And also sometimes I see that some sort of comparison within the Korean student community.
Our individual mental health or mental flourishing is dependent on many influences that are far beyond our daily lives or our individual control. It's not dependent simply on our own ability to overcome obstacles, but it affected by many different factors. Our genetics and physical health, our relationship with family or friends, our home culture and communities, and our society, and whether it support or create challenges to our mental flourishing. This is so-called a socio-ecological approach. Your own mental health changes over time based on the interaction of all these factors. The more these interaction adds up the positive influence, the more likely you'll be flourishing. Beyond yourself, what things in your life contribute to your own mental flourishing?
I think being in a positive environment is really helpful to flourish mentally. If the political climate is looking positive, if new policies are taking steps in the right direction, if the university takes steps in the right direction, if the country takes steps in the right direction, the environment is positive in general, that really helps my flourishing.
Many things that influence our mental flourishing or mental languishing are beyond ourselves. Things like being treated with respect and fairness, having support system and ability to access them, being with people who appreciate culture differences, living with a supportive social community, and so on. A socio-ecological approach to mental flourishing considers whole population of people to create a mental health campus community. For example, we can create socially supportive activities for all international students as they first arrived and throughout their time in college. Offer more accessible and culturally sensitive time with all professors and teaching assistants, and provide timely and culturally sensitive mental health care and support for all students. A socio-ecological approach also promotes healthy environments. For example, we can create campus policies that support the basic needs of food and housing, reduce discrimination, and improve safety for everyone on campus. By creating mentally healthy campus environment, we can change the behavior of students who live and study here. This helps them have more control over their lives, including their mental health. By strengthening our campus culture, community, policy, and system, we can promote mental flourishing for all students, not just for one individual at a time.